Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the year for the eBay 2024 Summer Seller Update. It is here. I wasn't expecting it. And I don't know if it's anything good or bad or if it's a nothing burger, but today I want to go over this for the first time. I haven't looked at it. I just saw before I headed out to go pick up some loads of merchandise that it was here. So I thought, you know what, we'll make a video of just my first time going through this thing. So as you can see here, this is my screen. It's still blue here on the hyperlink to read now. So I'll click on that. Should be on your seller hub if you want to review it for yourself. Now, if you follow along with me, and I'll try to make this to where it's somewhat legible on your side. The 2024 Summer Seller Update. This summer, we're launching new features to promote your inventory to help reach more buyers and efficient tools you can use on mobile and desktop. Plus, get the latest updates on the regulations you need to know when selling in the EU and Northern Ireland. So I got to tell you, we do have some folks that are in the EU. If this video tends to go long, I may not cover that, but let's just see what it says here. There's four little segments here. So we'll go through the first one. Grow your business with redesigned marketing and promoting experiences. And then the first bullet point, store subscribers will see an improved Seller Hub marketing tab interface with marketing and promotional tools to help elevate their sales. So basically, from what I gather, that is going to give you a tab. And let's see if I can get to that here. Looks like it's just going to be easier to navigate from what I can see here. What you need to know, leveraging your eBay store marketing tools has never been simpler. We've revamped the Seller Hub marketing tab to offer store subscribers a more user-friendly interface, a more focused experience, and tailored guidance to elevate your selling game. No marketing degree required. Now, this to me, if there's any underlying thing that I can get out of this one blurb here, and that is, it's so important to have a store, guys. Get a store if you can. I'm only saying this because if you have no store, you're up against other sellers who are going to have these features. Now, it may not seem like a feature, but anything that eBay can do to streamline your experience as a seller, others have it. You don't. Others have markdown sale ability. You don't. Others have coupons and you don't. Well, you're up against, that's your competition. So we won't go too much into that. It's just saying find what you need faster with streamlined navigation. So they're vamping the tab, the marketing tab, so that you can kind of navigate it a little bit easier. More marketing capabilities right from your active listings, so you can do more things without actually going to the tab. And it says empower your advertising with more metrics and control. So the whole metrics thing, I'd like to see what that is. I'm not sure it's going to show us here. Looks like it gives you an opportunity to review promotions and various things of that nature. Some marketing tools. Looks like it says something about volume pricing, sales events, coupons, and automated offers are all sort of within the same area instead of having to play with drop downs. So it's just a little bit more user-friendly is what I'm gathering here. So help your listing sell faster with more ways to manage and launch marketing promotions. And the last blurb on this first one says, view all your campaigns in one place with a new advertising experience in Seller Hub. So again, all your marketing all wrapped up into one area that's supposed to be a little bit more streamlined. So I think anything that eBay can do to get that data more accessible and easier to follow and to read and to navigate is always a win. So that's pretty much basic stuff. Now, the second tab on the left side, or the second blurb of 4, states optimize your business operations with the latest improvements and information. Prepare to comply with the upcoming general product safety regulations if you sell to buyers in the EU and Northern Ireland. Ship to global buyers easily with eBay International Shipping Managed Exclusions. and get paid for auction sales with new improvements to the payment process. So let's see what this is. I'll do a quick one here on this. General product safety regulations. What you need to know. Navigating a new regulation can be challenging, which is why we want to let you know in advance about General Product Safety Regulations, GPSR, that goes into effect December 13th, 2024. That's this December. It introduces specific safety-related information that businesses must provide when selling to buyers in the EU and Northern Ireland. If you don't sell or ship to these regions, the GPSR isn't applicable to you. Now, one thing that you should notice, it's stating the EU and Northern Ireland. UK seceded from the EU a few years back, at least from what I recall. And if you're selling to the EU, then it would not apply here. It says, while there's no action you need to take at this time, we encourage you to learn more about this regulation by visiting our General Product Safety Regulation page. And I'm not going to go through all that, but the scope, the General Product Safety Regulation applies to new, secondhand, repaired, or reconditioned items sold on eBay and all other marketplaces. There are a few products and categories that are excluded from the GPSR. You can view the entire list of excluded categories on the Seller Center page. And it's just going to go through that. But that's something that's going into effect at the end of the year, December 13th. So you have some time, even though this is summer seller update, this is one of those things that goes into effect in the winter. So something to keep in mind there. The third section here says improve tools to help you run your business more efficiently. Get the information you need on the go with product research now available on your mobile device. Easily manage your messages with buyers in a new desktop experience. Get all of the earnings details you've been asking for in one comprehensive report. And the last bullet point says your buyers now have another fast and safe way to pay with Venmo. So they've replaced American Express, which they have cut ties with, to include Venmo. Now, that's smart. I wasn't thinking that losing American Express was so smart. But if you think about it, people are using Venmo more and more. Payment methods that are quick and easy. I think it's just gives another option, right? We're heading down the road to a cashless society, and here we go, Venmo. Let's use Venmo. And of course, updates to our user agreement. We've provided details on how we use artificial intelligence on eBay to provide and improve the services we offer you, including, when available, customized and personalized experiences. So when they say customized and personalized experiences, we all know about the search. They are using AI to improve your search results through AI based on what you may have searched before. So I guess it's not going to be as good of an experience for sellers who are doing research, maybe looking up solds or searching for similar items they're about to sell. And if you're also buying on that account on eBay, you might see a wider range of things than you might find if you're just a buyer. And of course, it's going to take what you bought before, what you searched for before, to try to figure out what you're asking for. I mean, it's clear. If you're clear with your search query, it shouldn't be an issue at all, but they think they know more than you. So here's AI. We've updated our purchase conditions to clarify that in some clearly identified transactions, a legally binding contract only occurs when the buyer pays for the item. So it used to be with eBay that anytime a buyer would agree, right, they would bid on your item or buy it now on your item, then your item was, you're locked in as an agreement. This is an agreement between buyer and seller. And even like right now, someone does an auction, there's no immediate payment method instilled for that. The buyer has to go in and pay for the item after the auction's over if they want it. But what this is pretty much saying is that they're going to not necessarily make that legally binding anymore. And I mean, who's going to take anyone to court unless it's a a large value item, which most of you guys that are watching this aren't going to be selling $10,000 watches. I mean, maybe, but are you really going to pursue the buyer? You know, before all this, let's say it was still legally binding. Are you still going to pursue the buyer to make them follow through with you, or are you just going to relist it and move on? So we all know that it's been a long time. I mean, we can say that it's a legally binding agreement between buyer and seller, but we all know that that doesn't hold water. And the last bullet point, we describe additional types of conduct and content that are prohibited when using eBay services. So let's learn more on that, because I'm curious what they're going to say about, oh, that's just a lot of legalese that I'm not interested in going through. You guys can see all that. And I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Just basically updating the user agreement on that. So we won't go down that. What I wanted to do, though, is see, going back to the last section where it says get all the earning details you've been asking for in one comprehensive report. I'm curious what that could look like. All your earning details now in one place. You'll find the new report under payments in My eBay and Seller Hub. When you land on the report, you'll see a summary of your earnings, along with your gross amount, expenses, and refunds for the time period you select. From here, you can filter by date ranges, view your earning trends, and download a report with your per order earnings for your selected time period. We're working to bring you even more insights. We've heard your requests for even more detailed reporting. That's why we're working to introduce a way for you to input your cost of goods sold. COGS is the cost associated with acquiring and producing an item, and it can include things like material costs, labor, or inbound shipping. When you enter your COGS, the new report will show not just what you earn from each sale, but also help you gain more insight into the overall profitability of your eBay business, helping you price smarter, manage inventory more effectively, and growing your business. So I think that is a long time coming. I will be using that. I put my cost of goods in my SKU, but to have a dedicated field to put the cost of goods there, and then eBay will then take that data. So that's data. It's only good as the accuracy of the data that you put into it, but it'll take the data and sort of try to help calculate the net. Now, if you're buying your labels on eBay and you're putting all that data in, it's going to give you a more accurate picture of what your margins are going to be without you having to go through all this spreadsheet stuff like I do. So for me, again, we're going to be putting in our cost of goods for that. Now, if there's any freight, if you're having the stuff shipped to you, you would include that in that number. But let's say you have a large lot. How do you include a $200 shipping charge into a $100 lot, right? You cost average that out. So you'd add, basically 100 divided by 200, that's $2 per item that you'd be adding to the cost of your goods there. And it's a video I want to do here pretty soon. Been very, 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 very busy, and that's why I have not been able to get to those videos just yet. But this one was on the fly, and hopefully this is interesting to you guys. Now, it does say, keep an eye out for your new reporting features over the next few weeks. Keep an eye out on your Seller Hub Payments tab and My eBay Payments for your new earnings report, and watch for more enhancement later this year as we work to give you more insight into your business profitability. So let's hope that means the listings quality report for everyone, because it is it's a personalized tool that will give you the data you need, not just overall, because I think we can look at data and say, okay, I'm down 5%. What does that mean? Or, I'm struggling to make sales, but I don't have any way of really digging down deep. Well, the listings quality report will do that down to the individual listing for your top 10 categories. And I really think that for many people, it's an eye opener to see, wow, I didn't realize the top 10% in my category were averaging 6% promoted listings, and I'm here trying to sell my items at 2%. That could be why I'm not doing as well as I'd hoped. So let's see what else we have, if there's anything here. Venmo is accepted, and it kind of goes in the FAQs. I'm not going to jump into all that. There's not a whole lot here, guys. Not a whole lot of groundbreaking stuff. A lot of this is reporting based. You're not going to see. There's really no policy changes that I can really tell. Nothing that's even crazy. Something that's, like I said, you have the one change that's coming for the international sellers to the EU and Northern Ireland. That's happening the middle part of December. But other than that, it's just kind of telling you, hey, we're changing the way the site's going to look a little bit, making it a little bit easier to read the reports and more data, and including the idea of where they'll let you enter in the cost of goods, I think is also a plus for people who really, really want to know, like me. If you're a casual seller, you might not care, and there's that debate back and forth, is it really important to know how much you paid for an item? It certainly is, because in 6 months, you're going to remember what you bought that shirt for. You may not. And as you go, as you're making your listings, you have a place to put that in there. You have to think about it again. It's part of your listing. And if you then are taking an offer and you're kind of figuring out, is it even worth, if I put in $5 here, they're offering me 15, is it worth my while? And without knowing that, I mean, if you're into it for 10, it's probably not. And for me, it's worth having that data. Just one more data point you have to help you make a more informed decision. And my only hope here is when they go through and change these, the way things are laid out, that I will be able to access my cost of goods data when I'm in my offer screen, or I'm receiving a best offer. It's something that doesn't always seem to come up in all screens, and I want to have that data accessible to me, because it is certainly a part of my decision process. Now, it may not be part of yours, but I would certainly encourage you to think about it. Really think about, if you're not using your cost of goods in your SKU or anywhere in your listing so that you know what you paid for an item, why aren't you? Just curious. I mean, if you're a casual seller, it doesn't matter to you, then there's your answer. So for me, I'm not a casual seller. This is my business, and I want to protect almost any instance I can where I'm taking a loss unknowingly. So there's times I'll pay up on the same item anywhere from $2 to $20, believe it or not. Just depends on the demand for that item. Even though it may sell for 100, I'm still willing to pay 20. I need to know where I'm at. And I'm more willing to take a better offer, a lower offer from someone if I'm into it for 2 than if I'm into it for 20, if that makes sense. So that's where we're at, guys. The 2024 Summer Seller Update, and it ain't all that great. So with the title I said good, bad, or nothing, it's more nothing. I mean, I guess you could say it's good, but it's more nothing than anything else. But look, it's information. This is eBay communicating with us. So from that aspect, that standpoint, then you know what, eBay, keep communicating with us. I'd rather you tell us, here's all the things we're doing to the platform, than here we are wondering what the hell's going on. So I want to know what you guys think down below. Is this good, bad, or nothing? And are there anything within these changes that you're going to be able to use, or that you're looking forward to? For me, it's probably the cost of goods entry point, where I can stop using my SKU. But for you, it could be something different. So let me know what that is down below. If you enjoy the video, you appreciate the content, do consider hitting the like button. While you're at it, subscribe to the channel if you like the videos. And guys, it's a very busy week for me. Getting a lot of merchandise back in the pallet game. I'm going to be talking about that here when I get a moment. And we're going to have our live, for those of you who missed the announcement on Monday. Normally we have our lives 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern on Fridays. But this Friday, we're going to have it at 1 p.m. We're going to have a guest on, J-Ride, and we're just going to talk reselling and take your questions. So hopefully that you guys can tune in for that. So don't know if I'm going to make another video between now and then. Just depends on how much time I have. We also have the PPP, Profit Playbook podcast, episode 18 that we have to record. So just a lot of work that I'm doing, and I'm very, very tired, but I'm determined to at least try to get some meaningful content out to you guys in the meantime. So Summer Sellers Update 2024, figuring out what it means to your business is yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon. Take care.